There comes a time in every life when silence feels louder than any noise. When you look around and realize everything you once dreamed of is fading away. Your heart feels heavy. Your mind whispers, maybe I'm not enough. And in that moment, darkness feels safer than hope.
He walked alone, under the weight of failure. Dreams once bright, now scattered like ashes in the wind. People had stopped believing in him, and slowly, he stopped believing in himself. Every night, he asked the same question, why me? But destiny was quietly waiting. Because sometimes, you must lose yourself completely, before you find your true self. One night, when the world slept, he heard a whisper. Not from outside, but from within. A voice that said, you are still here, you still have breath, and as long as you breathe, you still have purpose. It wasn't loud, but it was true. That was the first spark, the moment the fire of rise within began. He didn't change overnight, no miracle appeared, but he took one step, just one. A step toward discipline, a step toward courage, a step away from fear. And that's how every journey begins. Not with certainty, but with faith. Because greatness doesn't demand perfection, it only demands that you keep moving. He failed again, and again. But this time, he didn't stop. He learned that pain was not his enemy, it was his greatest teacher. Every failure whispered, try again. Every rejection said, you're growing. And slowly, his scars turned into strength. He was no longer fighting the world, he was fighting the weakness inside. And then, one morning, everything changed. The same road that once felt endless, now looked beautiful. The same mirror that once showed fear, now reflected fire. He had risen, not because the world believed in him, but because he believed in himself. This is the moment when the world begins to see you, but you already know, you've been ready all along. He stood on the same ground, where he once fell. But this time, his eyes burned with purpose. He realized, no one can destroy you, if you refuse to surrender. All his fears, failures, and tears, were not his weakness. They were the bricks that built his strength. Because power doesn't come from what you win. It comes from what you survive. Maybe right now, you're where you once was. Lost, broken, wondering if you'll ever make it out. Listen closely, this is your reminder. You are not weak, you are not forgotten, you are becoming. And every tear, every fall, every lonely night, is shaping you into something unstoppable. Because the greatest power was never outside. It was always inside, waiting for you to rise. So rise, even when no one claps for you. Rise, when fear says, you can't. Rise, when your past tries to hold you down. Because every sunrise is proof that darkness never wins forever. You have the fire, you have the power, you are the story that will inspire millions. This is the power that changed everything. This is the moment you rise within.